Forecast to my right, AP18. Alex, how you doing?
Hello, everybody.
And Garrett is not with us tonight. He's attending to a family matter, but this is the Wednesday Comics Forecast. We're here to tell you the books coming out for the week of April 10th, 2019. My name is Marvin, by the way. I forgot to mention that up straight up front. Here we go. Image Comics. I'll start with the Image. Fair Lady Issue 1. Brian Shermer, Claudia Balboni. Excuse me. Airy fantasy epic ends with a war, but what happens when the war is over? After posing as a man to join the army, Jenner Fultz returns home to the field for a new start as Fairman, a specially licensed private investigator, but sexism doesn't end on the battlefield, and as the only fair lady, Jenner gets stuck with the cases nobody else wants, hitting the streets to solve the field's overlooked mysteries. Jenner finds the smallest cases hide the biggest secrets. So here we go. A all-new series from the procedural case solving of Magnum P.I. and Fables, but set in the vibrant Rat Queens-like high fantasy world. Plus, this and every issue has a complete 30-page story. There you go, Fair Lady. Number one, you're looking for a new book, but you're looking for an old book. A book that's been MIA for who knows how long. Low 21, Rick Menner, Greg Tuccini. Alex, I'm not going to... you said you're not caught up on this book, or you caught up on Low?
I'm off by one issue, because issue 20 came out, was it last month or 2 months ago? It's on my stack, I just haven't gotten to it yet. I always think those covers look spectacular. And as a whole series, even though I'm only one issue behind, I can't remember most of what this book is about anymore. That first arc was so strong. And
let's take a look at this.
I think a part of me gets this book for the fact that it's Rick Remender.
And that's the biggest thing. He's not a bad artist also, so like nothing against. I mean, the whole thing looks beautiful. It has potential, but Low 18 came out March 17th, 2017. Low 19, August 9th, 2017, and then Low 20, January 2nd, 2019. So you got a 2-year gap there, almost. So it is kind of like, hey, they expect you to keep up with that? Who knows? But like you were saying, Rick Remender, Greg Tuccini on paper makes sense. Prodigy, number 5 of 6. This is Mark Miller, Raphael Albuquerque. We're wrapping up towards the end of Prodigy. I think Garrett said he hasn't been enjoying it. Alex, you're one behind, couple behind?
I think I actually haven't read 2, 3, or 4.
Well, so fantastic.
I'm almost all behind.
There you go. If you want to read that. If not, I'm sure it'll be a Netflix miniseries here coming up soon.
I want to make one shout out to Outer Darkness number 6.
Right.
I am one issue behind on that book, but it reminds me so much of Firefly, as it's just it started out as a whole team, and then the issue 2, 3, and 4 are about specific characters, just to get you like introduced to them, much like what Firefly did, where there's a whole issue about the captain, or there's a whole issue about the muscle. This book is actually a lot of fun by John Layman, and I think if you're looking for kind of just I don't know what the right word, but like a space cowboy book is what I'm going to call it, even though it's probably not the right terms. This is a fun book, and it has that kind of interesting sense of humor, like dark sense of humor. I think it's worth your time if you're looking for just a book to get into.
Outer Darkness?
Yeah.
Outer Darkness. There we go. DC Comics. Here we go. Batman number 68. Tom King, Amanda Connor. Batman is making his way toward the end of the nightmares, but his unseen enemy has a few more tricks up his sleeve. It's time once again to stick a knife in the Cape Crusader's broken heart. The groom that could never have been peer in on the Bachelorette, or is that Catchlorette's party that never was. Amanda Connor rejoins the Bat family for this month's special story, because who else are you going to invite to a shindig like this? So it looks like another one shot into the nightmare story, so we'll get that. Amanda Connor's a great artist. Well, I wonder how many of these more we're going to get. It sounds like a couple more, but we'll see.
So I'm guessing it's got to be another 3 or 4. But for the record, 67 was amazing.
67.
One amazing, yes.
What was 67?
It was the mostly silent issue.
Wasn't that 68?
Batman's chasing. No, this is 68 right now.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, 67 was fantastic. The Looney Tunes issue. where, not to spoil it, but it's been a couple weeks, so you should have had a chance to read it, but he chases the Roadrunner and because he murdered the Wile E. Coyote, so it's fantastic. Batman Who Laughs.
I don't think you and I read the same one.
No, we read the same one. He captures Wiley, the Roadrunner because he kills the Wile E. Coyote. The Joker is the Roadrunner. That's why he goes beep beep at the end. That's all he says. And he says he killed the Wile E. Coyote. That's why he's after him.
I missed that. I will have to reread that.
The whole issue is a Looney Tunes issue. It's like the Looney Tunes universe. It's a spin-off of the Looney Tunes one-star shot that he did, Batman and Elmer Fudd.
Oh.
Beep,
I didn't
beep.
know that.
What do you think the Joker said beep beep for?
You know, the weird thing, it didn't even occur to me that it was Looney Tunes related like that. I mean, I get Lee Weeks did the Elmer Fudd one with Tom King. But yeah, it didn't even occur to me. I am not the world's greatest detective, everybody.
Porky Pig is in the issue. What do you think? You didn't notice Porky Pig?
But they're not. Are they actually? They're not actually drawn as these characters, though.
Well, that's how it was in the Lee Weeks thing. They're drawn exactly how they were in that issue.
Oh, I see.
The bartender is Porky Pig.
Huh. So that's what I missed when I didn't get that issue.
Oh, okay. You never got it.
Okay,
it's fantastic.
No, I never got it.
Well, that explains that. Yeah, this is the Looney Tunes issue.
Okay. Then that would make more sense. Okay.
But I actually have enjoyed it. I mean, it depends what the one-shot issue is about. But that last one you read, the last one was fantastic. So, Batman Who Laughs, number 4 of 6. This is Scott Center and Jock. Alex, how's the Batman Who Laughs going?
You know what? The first 2 issues were amazing. Issue 3 kind of seemed a little long-winded, a little bit, a lot of setting the stage, which is fine. I get some books, you need it. Some issues, you need to have it. But I had forgotten that Bruce was already going semi-insane and was kind of having this Joker toxin go through his veins. Now we're solidifying the fact that he is going to become a Joker who laughs, or a Batman who laughs, to go up against the Batman who laughs.
Yeah,
like it's good, but it's also not. Like, it's one of those things. I think if I wasn't already dedicated to getting this book and finishing it up, I should just drop it because I want to like it, but it's not as strong as it had started out. And maybe it's just issue 3 rubbed me the wrong way. Who knows? 4, 5, and 6 could be amazing along with 1 and 2. So I'm willing to give this book to finish it up and to get that taste, but it's fine.
How's the Jock art?
It's the best anymore. You know what? After seeing Witches, it's not as good.
Oh, all right.
There's things that I think I would expect to be more crisp, but maybe I'm being too cynical about this book. But I just, there's sometimes when I see the panel, it's like, oh, that looks really great. And then I see the next panel, and it's like, where's the attention to detail that you just had not 4 panels ago? So there's parts where it seems rushed. There's other parts where there's dedication to it. Again, I might just be being cynical. I'm trying not to be.
Speaking of cynical, Catwoman number 10, Joel Jones and Fernando Blanco. So Joel wasn't in the last issue, right? She took a little break. It was like
Correct.
a one-shot for the past. I'm looking forward to this. Joel's return has been fantastic every issue she's been on. Fernando Blanco is a good sub-artist because she hasn't been drawing this for a while, but Fernando's pretty great. So I'm excited to see Catwoman get back on the... what do we call it? On the plot, because I want to know who this, lady is with no face. So we'll figure that out.
Noseless.
Detective Comics, here we go, 1001. This is Peter J. Tomasi, Brad Walker, Andrew Hennessy. The Arkham Knight Rises. Batman Detective Comics, brand new logo right on that baby. After 1,000 issues, you think Batman could finally have a break, but no, as the new era dawns, he's facing the most dangerous threat of his career. The Arkham Knight has arrived in Gotham City with an entire roundtable of deadly allies, and their first encounters will leave Batman shaken to his core. So we have this run by Brad Walker. Garrett mentioned last week, or the week before that actually, that when we talked about Detective 1000, that Doug Mankey is doing the next arc. So we got Brad Walker for this one and then Doug Mankey. Alex, are we jumping into 1001?
I am 100% on this book for multiple reasons. 1000 left an amazing taste in my mouth of what I've been missing, and actually kind of makes me want to go back and at least reread the Tomasi start in 994. Also knowing that Doug is going to be on issue 1006 or 1005, whenever he's getting back on that book. His villain work is so spectacular, and I don't know if it's the pencils or if it's the inker, or if it's them as a team with the colorist. It looks amazing. And I am also biased to the fact that Arkham Knight is going to be in this book, and if it's, as long as it's not Jason Todd and it's somebody else, I am so excited to see this character come to life in an ongoing book and actually have him be canon and not just tied to the Arkham video game. So I am 100% on this book.
I'll be reading it also. Check it out. Detective 1001. Flash number 68, Josh Williamson, Christian Deuce, Stan Mora. I don't think either one's... Do you read Flash?
No, but if Dan Moore's on the cover, it makes me excited.
Well, I saw that cover and I was like, this guy's got to be doing internal art for this book one time in my life. Like, if he did Flash, I'd be on Flash. I think Garrett said that he didn't like the last arc, but he thinks it's getting better. So there we go, Flash as it races towards its 75th issue, coming up here soon. Justice League Odyssey, or as Alex referred to it earlier this weekend and got me confused, J-Lo. Abnett, Daniel Sampri, Juan Alberan. There we go. Dan Abnett still on the book. Looks like we lost Joshua Williamson on this book. Maybe a break. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's just off the book.
You know what? But I think the weird turn of events is that I actually really enjoyed Abnett's writing for this. I don't know how caught up we are on it, but I had read 6 and 7 back to back, and we go to Tamarin, and we see Blackfire, and this actually is very well written.
Yeah.
Not that I don't want Joshua Williamson to come back, but without that Sajic art, this book seemed to be lacking. And I think maybe just this nice turn of events of a different writer kind of opened my eyes to, oh, this book still has the possibility of being very well done. I'm going to keep on it for a while.
Let's see here. Actually, I'm looking at a story here, hot off the presses. Nope, it's from January 31st. Justice League Odyssey number 6 changes its story. Looks like we were going to get a story by... Oh, never mind. They're both by Dan Abnett. Okay, never mind. But I do see Dan's going to be on it until at least issue 10, so he'll be on it for a second here.
That's fine.
Red Hood Outlaw, that is number 33. That is Scott Lobdell. And on art, we have Pete Woods. Alex, how's the Outlaw going?
You know, I know I've been speaking crap about it for many an issue, but 32 kind of reinvigorated my feelings for this book, as you get Jason Todd is taking over the Iceberg Lounge. He's actually working with not bad guys, but not good guys, outlaws, right there in the title. It's actually pretty good, and it's getting back into him working with the team. It's not the team I want. It's not the crush he's got and his bro that he loves, but it's getting there. And I'm sure those Artemis and Bizarro will be showing up here in the next 10 issues, and they're going to be like, bro, what the hell is this? And I want to be there when that happens. This is a book that that Garrett, both he and I had spoken so strongly about as one of the strongest Rebirth books. For me, it had kind of taken a dip when Artemis and Bizarro left, but it's getting back up there as a very well-written book, and the premise is very, very interesting.
Superman, number 10, Brian Michael Bendis, Joe Prado, Ivan Rice. Superman and Superboy venture forth into the cosmos to stop Jor-El before he tips the galaxy into utter chaos. Also, Superman would like to have a word with his father about what happened to his son. All this and the fate of General Zod. The Unity saga continues in the pages of Superman, named one of the best superhero comics of 2018 by Pace Magazine. You know what? I like Joe Prado, I like Ivan Rice. Been looking for a Superman book. I'm kind of feeling Superman withdrawals. I recently was on the Backlot 605. It's not out yet, I don't think. It might be out on Tuesday. I talked about Superman for a hot second. Get me pumped. I wanted to read some Superman. So I know Garrett says Action Comics is where it's at. But like this, I don't know if it's something about the Superman title. Like those artists with Brian Michael Bendis kind of intrigues me. Who's on the Action Comics? Who's that artist? Do we know? Do you remember off the top of your head? I thought
it was Gleason. I thought it was Patrick Gleason for a while.
Oh, you're right. It is Gleason.
Still... Okay.
You know what? Maybe I'll check it out. We'll see. Wonder Woman number 68. G. Willow Wilson, Cardi Nord, Mike Gray, Dotson and Dotson, Terry and Rachel on this book there. Alex, you caught up with the Wonder Woman?
No, I wish I was, because this is one of the best Wonder Womans I've read in a long time.
Well,
are you?
I am not. But G. Willow Wilson, I recently caught up with a new Miss Marvel, which she used to write. And I tell you straight up front, kind of miss her on that book. So better catch up on Wonder Woman to get my fix. She's a great writer to be put on this book. And Wonder Woman should be coming back into the social zeitgeist pretty soon. Her movie comes out here after that Joker movie comes out in October. Wonder Woman 1984. So I'm looking forward to maybe 2020 is the year of the Wonder Woman. Who knows? Marvel Comics. Here we go. We got Amazing Spider-Man number 19. This is Nick Spencer, Geraldo Salvo, Hunted Part 3. Something horrible happened last issue that's galvanized all the villains. Spidey desperately needs to get out of this horrible situation. But there are lives, innocent and otherwise, at stake, and, well, he's Spider-Man. Alex, what do we think? Part 3 of Hunted.
I tell you what, Hunted is, and I realize I'm being biased. Kraven the Hunter's in this book. He is the big bad guy putting together all of this stuff. I'll admit it was different than I had anticipated, but it is by far one of my favorite runs of Spider-Man is Nick Spencer's. Actually, last week I tweeted at Nick Spencer saying I loved what he was doing. I still love what he's doing. And there are things in this book that make me more excited to see what's going to be going on after Hunted, because there's other characters that are being introduced. It amazes me to see what he has in store. And I can't wait to be on that ride.
Dead Man Logan, number 6 to 12. Ed Brisson, Mike Hernandez. Excuse me, Henderson. I don't know why I said Hernandez. Alex, what do we think? Halfway done with the Dead Man Logan mini. What do we think? Or Maxi, I guess.
So I've read 1, 2, and I'm halfway through 3. And I tell you what, if this book carries on as strong as those 2.5 issues that I have read, we are in for an amazing. I would literally think this is an amazing event. As I'm going to spoil just one tiny little bit, as Old Man Logan is hunting for Mysterio, who, if you've read Old Man Logan back in the, 10 years ago when Steve McNiven was working on it, Mysterio makes Logan see the X-Men, or as villains, sees the X-Men as villains, and he kills everybody. And this is what this Old Man Logan now wants to do. Wants to make sure that not necessarily he will relive that life, but that he knows there is a young man Logan. He doesn't want to have to go through the crap that he went through and the guilt he felt after killing all of his friends. So in this book, we're having some bad guys are working with Mysterio to get him back into power and to screw over Logan. And Logan's trying to find Mysterio to put a stop to it. That's as far as I've gotten. Who knows what 6 through 12 will have in store, but this might be one of the best Wolverine events I've seen, and it is Trump's Return of Wolverine.
Trump's Return to Wolverine. Okay. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 5, Tom Taylor, Jorge Molina. Bomb drops on Peter's world when Aunt May finally fesses up to Peter about what's happening. Don't miss this special issue. Alex, you don't read this, right?
No.
This is a book that Garrett's been going gaga for, and I believe also hashtag guest host 1. So it's a book I'm... you know what I realized after going through this Marvel thing week through week? I don't get that many Marvel books. I mean, I do. I get like a nice handful, but they're the safe Marvel books. Like, I'm not venturing out like I do. And also DC, I guess the same thing. But I actually, I want a Superman book in my life again, and Spider-Man, and possibly a Thor book, because those books I'm lacking in my life, and this might be the great place because it's out of continuity. I don't have to pay attention to those events. And Garrett says it's fantastic. Jorge Molina is a great artist. That cover's fantastic by Andrew Robinson. Might have to check it out. The only thing I don't like, and I understand why it's there because what this issue is about, but I don't like the Peter and Aunt May over his stomach. I don't understand that. But all right.
It looks, at first I thought it was a baby when I saw the cover. I thought, why does he have a baby in his tummy? Or then I thought it was his guts getting spilled. I thought, what the hell's going on here? But this is one of those books I've thought about jumping on. and I know Garrett's going to tell me to do it. But it does kind of tie into Amazing because they make mention of stuff in Amazing from here.
Oh, they do. It is tying in. Oh, fucking, I'm not going to read it then.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Every week I look at the preview. It looks great. So, that might be the one to dip my toe into. We'll see. Invaders. This is it. Number 4. Chip. Zdarsky, Carlos, Magno, Butch Geist on the art. Also, he does the flashbacks in this issue. Everything you know about the King of Atlantis is wrong. This issue, The Secret History of Namor. Oh, is this whole issue going to be a flashback? I would welcome it. Fantastic book here. Looks like we got a lot of flashback if it's not the whole thing. We do have stuff modern day, but Alex, I'll tell you what, this book, and I don't know if it's a mini-series, ongoing, whatever the hell it's supposed to be, but it's been fantastic. This is what I need in my blood. I need some old school Cap. I need some Human Torch. I need some Namor. That's what I live for. And they're finally here from Chip Zdarsky. What do you think about this book?
It's a good book. It's a good book. I do sense that it almost feels like it has to be a mini, but if this book, one, can deliver a mini that's amazing, by all means, bring it. Secondly, if Chip will make this an ongoing book, I am on this book until it gets tied into some stupid event that I don't want to be a part of. But this is an amazing book, and I'm really, what Marvin said, you want it in your blood.
Now, I almost guarantee I would put money on it. I'm going to bet. I'm going to throw it on the roulette. It's not even roulette. It's more of a given that hashtag GuessList1 is going to get this next book here. Symbiote Spider-Man #1. This is Peter David, Iben Coletto, Greg Land on that cover. Everyone knows that Spider-Man's infamous black suit will someday become the wicked web slinger called Venom. But what happened before Peter Parker discovered the black suit's sinister secret? Find out in this dynamic tale from comics legend Peter David and Greg Land, set during the original Black Suit saga. This is an all-new tale that pits the wall-crawling wonder against the most mysterious of menace, Mysterio. I know hashtag GuessList1, he does like this era of Spider-Man. So it looks like maybe it's a mini or a one-shot set in that universe. So we'll see.
I think it's 5 issues, if I remember correctly.
5 issues. You know what is actually interesting is that the synopsis says Greg Land is the artist in this book, but obviously he's not. Iben Coletto is, but Greg Land's doing the cover. I wonder if Greg Land was supposed to do interiors and he fell behind and they just replaced them. Because it's weird that you would, be like from the legendary Greg Land and he only does the cover. That's weird, but all right. War of Realms, Journey into Mystery #1. This is Clint McElroy, Justin McElroy, and more. Andre Aruno, Gineske Capicoli on that cover right there. For the creators of the blockbuster podcast, the Adventure Zone brings their talents to Marvel for a wild romp through the War of Realms. I just wanted to bring this up for a couple reasons. The Adventure Zone is another podcast, so you know what? We got to tie into this thing. Podcast people writing comics. And also, Daredevil writing that cover got me interested. So, Journey into Mystery used to be one of my favorite books, especially when I think Kieran Gillen was writing it. And once again, Sam, I'm feeling this kind of 4 withdrawals. I feel like I need to dip my toes back into this thing. When's War of Realms start?
Just started last week.
Well, looks like I missed it. Oh, yeah, we talked about it.
That doesn't surprise me.
You know what? Sometimes I do this podcast, I edit, put it on, and I forget everything that I said. So good luck on me reading that Superman book. Here we go. Web of Venom, Cult of Carnage #1. This is Frank Terry. Dalio Bethrup. New terror has risen on the fringes of Marvel Universe, stirring in the depths of space. But evil is also rising on Earth, claiming one victim at a time in the name of the killer called Carnage. I thought I saw, and the reason why I first clicked on this, I thought Donny Cates was doing this book. Maybe he's just doing another.
So Donny, he's doing that other Web of Venom, Carnage, something or another.
Oh, okay, so just the normal. This is the Cult of Carnage.
And then, unfortunately, all these Web of Venoms I thought were all Donny Cates, and they're not, because there's one that had a dog on the cover, and it was somebody else. I thought, okay, I've been buying books just because I think it's Donny Cates. I can't be doing that. I got to be cutting it and only get the ones that I know Donny's
Pay
doing.
attention to the forecast, Alex. We tell you when it's Donny Cates and when it's not. He's supposed to be looking forward.
I need to listen to it on my way to the shop so I remember stuff.
Winter Soldier #5 of 5, Kyle Higgins, Rod Rice, Bucky, and RJ must come to terms with RJ's new life and Bucky's brass decision. Will RJ accept the truth, or has Bucky lost him for good? And ending filled with answers and regrets. This is the story we talked about. We reviewed issue 4 a couple weeks ago on the podcast. Bucky accidentally killed his dad, and it's a one-on-one fight with the little kid and the Winter Soldier. I'm pretty sure that Winter Soldier is going to kill that kid, but who knows? I mean, if we're talking realistic, that kid has no chance, right?
Let's say realistically, his arm is vibranium now, so he'll be fine.
I'm excited to see how they end that thing. I liked all the issues up to 4. 4 just seemed really cliche, so I hope maybe it redeems itself and becomes a good miniseries versus, 4 and 5 aren't great. We always talk about on the podcast, can't land that ending, then the whole thing gets sour. So, what do you think, Alex?
I loved 1 and 3. Like you said, 1 and 3 were spectacular, and the idea felt fresh. It was more brutal than I had expected. 4 just it was annoying. Too cliche, too right on the nose. I already could tell you what was going to happen when that fist fight started. I really do want this book to land that ending. I want to be telling everyone, read that Winter Soldier. Forget issue 4. It was garbage, but set it for 5 where 5 was solid. And that's all I want. I just want a good end.
Faithless, number 1 of 5, Brian Azzarello, Maria Lovett, and Tula Lotte. Faith sex the devil. Faith likes to dabble with magic. Her friends think it's cute and not just a little off-putting. But it's part of her charm and her warped search for purpose in a world that makes too much sense. But she's a true believer and knows there's power within her reach. And she's right, of course. It just takes a little while to find that magic, that temptation, that unknown thing to find her. In short, Faith is bored as hell, and hell has noticed. New York Times bestselling writer Brian Azzarello and artist Maria Lovett, with Eisner Award-winning artist Paul Pope on covers, coalesce in a story of self-exploration, eroticism, and maybe even love. Well, this variant cover I'm looking at here, it says it's bagged and not viewed publicly due to sexually explicit material. So I've reviewed that preview, and even that preview is censored because it's a little too raunchy. Brian Azzarello and Maria Lovett on The Faithless for Boom Studios. Okay, that seems a little weird for Boom Studios, but you know what? They're trying to dip their toes into a little more creator-owned, mature creator-owned. There you go. Speaking of Boom, Go Power Rangers. That's Ryan Perret, Eleonora Calini, Marcus Stoll, and Miguel Mercado. Rita Repulsa must go to war to obtain the green power cord, but there's just one problem. There's one magic user who may be more powerful than her, and it's her mother. What do we think, Alex? Go Power Rangers.
So many times, Garrett and I have said it on the forecast and probably even on the podcast itself, Go Power Rangers is just such a great character building book for those 5 main characters, and it just progressively has gotten so much better. And I believe when Mighty Morphin Power Rangers gets taken over by Parrot, we are actually going to jump back onto Mighty Morphin so that both books can intermingle each other and just give us that nice nostalgic 1993 years of our lives when Garrett was just being born and Marvin and I were 50.
Alex, what do we think? What looks to be your pick this week?
That's okay. Well, obviously, the easiest pick for me would be Amazing Spider-Man number 19. Got everything I could ask for as a growing boy who loves characters. But I think I'm going to cheat, and I lost it. Can't find it. I just saw it. Hang on. We just talked about it even. They'll come back to me in just a moment. Hang on. Hold yours. Oh, come on. Go up so I can see. Crap. I forgot.
Detective Comics?
Doesn't matter. No, it wasn't. Oh, that's a good one, but that's not the one I was thinking of. It'll come to me. You tell me yours.
My pick here is going to be probably Mater's number 4, Chip Zdarsky. I'm looking forward to that book and seeing how that story goes moving forward, especially that art. Butch Guice. Excited to see it. If you're not getting Invaders and you're interested in Captain America or World War II, nice little book. So go ahead and pick that up. Chippy Zdarsky. Alex, I'm going to ask you a question, and I need a serious fucking answer here. Today's 70 degrees. 2 to 3 days, I'm hearing fucking over a foot of snow. What the fuck is happening?
I don't even know as a meteorologist what to tell you. I can just tell you that a low is coming in, and it's bringing, scientifically speaking, bringing in this cooler air, And along with that cool air is coming moisture, which will either be, as you've seen on the map, rain and then frozen rain and then snow. Guess what? It looks like 57 inches of snow maybe coming. It might be a little less than 57. We'll just find out when it gets here. But as a human being, I am so pissed that we're getting snow after a 70-degree day. I'm hoping once it touches the ground, it melts. It's like, you know what? This isn't worth it. I don't want to stick around. Go downriver.
I mean, we already had some floods going on, so more floods are going to happen. This whole thing is a shitstorm here, and I'm going to say shitstorm. That's what I'm calling it. Shitstorm 2019. It's almost as if the planet's dying and we have some climate change going on. Who knows? But 70 degrees today, and then on, like I said, Wednesday to Thursday. I think actually we're in a winter storm watch from Tuesday evening to Friday morning. So who knows? We might be doing the show from our own homes on that Thursday. That's when that's when the peak of the storm is supposed to be. 50-mile-per-hour winds, over 12 inches of snow. You know what that sounds like to me? It sounds like to me, fuck outside that day. But who knows? We'll be here next week. We'll be here this week. We'll be here every week. That's the way Wednesday Comics rolls. When you need us, we're there. Oh, now, not too much different than the theme song for the Gilmore Girls says, when you need me, I'm there. My name is Marvin.
I'm Alex. Hey, everyone. Keep reading those books.